Overpromised with Covino and Rich, presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code Overpromised, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details. Welcome to Overpromised, our bonus pod. Covino and Rich from Fox Sports Radio from Union, New Jersey. Rich
Franklin
puts the
Square.
Yeah, you put the square in Franklin Square. And we're brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Again, lots to get to today. Stuff we didn't have time for on our regular show, but important stuff. Like the importance of going out for happy hour to watch the game.
Yeah, there's something that was lost in this generation where going out and doing things, you don't have what they're calling a third place. We'll explain. That's coming up. Plus, I have a semifinal NBA tournament pick. Plus, I got your teaser for tomorrow night's miserable Thursday night football game. Might be the worst game, so you need to be in on the action with DraftKings.
But first and first, mostly, we've been talking about all these year-end wrap-ups that are happening. Yeah. And Oxford's dictionary, Oxford's 2023 word of the year was Rizz. And you hear it all the time. You hear kids in Weenie say, hit them with the Rizz. They got the Rizz. So many people don't even know what Rizz is. It's just short for charisma. How is that word of the year? It's slang. I don't know, but it was because it was overused. And other honorable mentions were situationship. Like Dave Roberts and Dodgers fans are in a bit of a situationship.
If
right
he blows
now.
this Ohtani thing for the Dodgers, it's a situation shit. I just made that up.
De-influencing, which is a word I've never used. Swifty, a word you overused this year. We all did. And prompt. Like, yo, you see LeBron, he was prompt last night. I don't know. I don't even know how to use that in a sentence, but prompt means prompt. Hey, I showed up here, I'm prompt.
Well, I saw a list of terms that parents get this. These are the ones that parents understand most. Parents are okay. They understand salty, sus, bougie, bet, and extra. Those are ones that parents are having no trouble deciphering.
Well, the Weenials definitely have their own language going on, and I respect that. But Webster, who's my favorite TV 80s star, Webster, who also has a dictionary.
By the way, did you have to choose between Webster and Arnold?
I was way more of a different strokes guy, but Webster had his dictionary too, so that's cool. Webster's word of the year, Webster dictionary, was authentic. Authentic. So that got us thinking of other words and sports terms that we hear just far too often that get a little overused and overplayed and a little annoying after a while.
I couldn't hear the phrase system guy more because I'm a Brock Purdy fan, right? I love Brock. Guy. So, he's a system guy. He's not even the best guy on the team. He's a system guy.
And you know what's sad is it's turned into like an insult, like a negative connotation. It's like, yeah, but hey, if he fits into the system, isn't that good? Like, do you want a guy that's not fitting into the system? But we use that like as a negative term, like he doesn't have any crazy, another buzzword, athleticism or physicality. That's another one.
Oh, the physicality.
Yeah, but you know what? System guy.
There's plenty of shitty quarterbacks that wouldn't fit into any system. Let's be honest. So system guy annoys the hell out of me.
System guy overused in 2023. And I mentioned physicality. And it just so happens that Taylor Bashotti on this show happened to mention that she hates that term. So physicality. There's other names, too, that you just hear far too often for good reason because they're great. But you have to mention it. Like, you can't turn on TV and not hear about, you ready? LeBron James.
Okay.
Like all the time. He rips ass and people are talking about, yo, man, LeBron ripped ass in the third quarter. Did you see that?
Oh, he farted?
Like, yeah, it's like it's nonstop LeBron James, nonstop Aaron Rodgers this year. Oh, yeah. Nonstop.
God, didn't he play 4 steps?
Right? And my goodness, we still talk about Aaron Rodgers every day. Shohei Ohtani for good reason.
Yep.
Right? Big moves are being made. But you combine all those guys, ready? ACL, you hear every day. ACL, Achilles, you hear every day.
Achilles.
And that goes back to an old sort of stat that we've heard for years. Wasn't there some crazy stat, some Dwayne stat at one time, that the name Tommy John is the most overused name in sports because of the injury associated with him?
I mean, Do you think if you're the Tommy John, the baseball pitcher, who, by the way, fun fact, showed up at my Little League dinner to sign autographs when he was a Yankee? Did you have the local, middle reliever or back of the rotation guy sign autographs at your Little League dinner?
Yeah, every once in a while. That was a rare moment, though.
Randy Neiman.
Maybe once to happen.
Mookie Wilson. There was always random dudes that would show up at the Little League dinner. But I met Tommy John. I have a ball signed by Tommy John. And I can promise you, his off-the-field surgery and chance he took getting that done, that's his legacy.
My dad showed up, and they thought he was Dennis Eckersley. They thought he was ravishing Rick Rude.
The Eck is here. No, that's Steve Covino's dad.
My dad had the long hair mullet and the mustache.
You would
still
think,
does kind of.
You would think, Covino, based on all the conversations we see and watch and hear on sports radio and TV, that we'd be done. Oh, there's your dad's mullet. That is glorious.
Is that Rick Rude or Yanni? Oh, it's Father Guido Sarducci. That's who it is.
Is that the picture on the left? Is that you at Dennis Eckersley's baseball camp?
Yeah, I'm asking for an autograph, you see?
Oh, no, that's your dad.
Yeah, that is my dad, actually.
You would think all the TV and radio we watch in the world of sports, we'd be done with saying the GOAT.
Oh, that's such a good one.
I mean,
you know what's odd about that, too? It's so generational, but growing up, the GOAT meant you were the bad luck.
Bill Buckner was the GOAT.
Yeah, the curse of the Billy Goat. So if someone was the GOAT, they were the reason that team lost. They were the jinx, the mush, the GOAT, and that turned into greatest of all time.
When was that? In our lifetime, 90s, 2000s, when it went
LL
from...
Cool J had an album called The GOAT, and I believe that was the start of it, to be honest. It goes back to him.
So the way you credit... Who invented the high five again?
Dusty Baker.
Dusty Baker?
Yeah.
You're crediting LL Cool J with changing GOAT from the shitty guy to the greatest of all time.
And Tom Brady ran with that. We ran with it as a culture. But you're so right, Rich. And then we misuse it all the time because we're we use it in the term of goats. No, it's the greatest of all time. So that means there's one. Let's stop abusing that term. We use it all the time. The GOAT. How many goats are there?
Well, hopefully you're bussing, you got your drip, and you're hitting them with the Rizz today.
Well, Rizz is the number one word.
Don't be too bougie. Might be a little sus.
Here's a few more.
If you're salty.
Rich, I know you hated this. Dog in him. You got some dog in him. Built different is often used in sports. Man, DK Metcalf, he's just built different, bro.
I think that guy is built different.
He is, though. But still, I'm sick of hearing it.
Did you see that clip where it's a comedian, Burt Kreischer, him and Tom Segura do their Two Bears podcast?
Yeah.
Did you see them talking about how they met DK Metcalf and they just felt like they were the different species of human being?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we would too. And then, depending on what team you root for, that certain names are just said more than others. And as a Yankees fan, you would think it's Aaron Judge. But what stands out to me is every time Michael Kay says DJ LeMahieu, and maybe it's just a Mayhew. and Meredith Marakovitz, who's a reporter for I hear him say, I'm like, he must have the hots for her because I hear it all the time. So just those are personal ones for me. But again, courtesy of the Rizz.
Maybe Meredith Marakovitz, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe she's living rent-free in Michael Kay's mind. Rent-free is another big one in 2023.
Yeah, she's in his walls. Right. So the slang terminology is great. And the Rizz is the number one word, but those are some other ones that we thought of in the world of sports. If you want to add to that, hit us up at Covino and Rich, at Fox Sports Radio, hashtag Overpromised.
Well, I'm not only going to hit you with the Rizz, I'm going to hit you with a couple picks. DraftKings Sportsbook, code Overpromised.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with, I'm calling this the shittiest Thursday Night Football game in recent history.
Okay.
This is a terrible game. And listen, I'm the biggest NFL fan there is. I'll be watching just like you, but you got the Steelers with Mitch Trubisky.
Okay.
You got the Patriots, Zappy, even if they went back to Mac Jones. This is Garbaggio, Sucio, Basura.
And you have no Golden Bastard to watch, so what are you going to do?
Dude, so Thursday Night Football, it is, but we're coming off a Steelers loss to the Cardinals, 24-10.
May I suggest you hold off on the Squid Games finale and just wait till tomorrow?
I got to watch this just because I'm going to be in on the action. So the Steelers are coming off a 24-10 loss against the Cardinals. The Patriots, you know what they're coming off of? A 6-0 defeat to the Chargers in what they call the worst game of the year.
Yeah.
So two teams that,
Miserables.
how are the Steelers 7-5 is beyond me. I don't know, but here's the deal. We're going to go Steelers who are -6.
Okay.
We're going to take that down. Now, some would say, I read the comments. Some would say, why is this bozo always doing teaser bets? you know what? You don't have to do teasers. I like to do it. It's a little fun. Mix it up. You could go straight Steelers -6 and say, yeah, they're going to win by a touchdown. I think that's a safe bet too. I think the Patriots are bad.
You're just a big tease.
But just for the fun of it, because I like to mix it up. Take the Steelers from -6 to a pick 'em. So you just need the Steelers to beat the Patriots. If you are in a wild card hunt and you can't beat the Patriots at Heinz Field, you deserve to be out of it. And I'm going to go under 36. The over-under is the lowest of the year in the NFL. It's 30. Go up to 36, pick the under. This game might be 10-3. This game...
By the way, perfect game to put some action on just to make it exciting.
Dude, would you be shocked if this game is 20-14? You'd be like, wow, that's high scoring for these two teams. And you'd still hit the under on the teaser. So
it gives you more reason to tune in tomorrow.
Dude, I like under 36, and I like the Steelers to just win the game. You could say, hey, pick under 30, Steelers -6, and do a parlay and make some more money. I'm just doing the teaser because I think it's a pretty safe bet. You could say I'm full of shit. I like it. Now,
I say that regardless.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But do you feel me on the Steelers need to beat the Patriots?
I like it. Yeah, it makes it more exciting for sure.
Under 36, the shocker would be if all of a sudden these two teams just lit it up offensively. I just can't see that happening. Last week, they scored 10 points combined against the Chargers and against the Cardinals. So I like it. Pick them under 36 Steelers. That's your Thursday Night Football lock. And let's go to the NBA, where I feel like LeBron James is constantly trying to just cement his place in NBA history because, as you said before, when the GOAT conversation comes up every freaking week, he's no Michael Jordan. The guy's heard that from the time he's 18 until the day he dies.
There's multiple GOATs.
So LeBron James, what he could do is cement himself in areas that Michael Jordan never really had a chance. How about LeBron wins the first ever in-season tournament? You know how he gets to the finals? By winning against the Pels on Thursday. So the Lakers are 1.5-point favorites against the Pelicans. It's in LA. Actually, Lakers are just the home court.
Yeah, but the Lakers are playing big right now.
But the Lakers by 1.5 against the Pels. I don't know. I just feel like LeBron James is on a mission. I know the Pels look good. They beat the Kings the other day, but
Reeves looks good.
Lakers
Team looks good.
-1.5. And only because I feel like LeBron, while we may not care much about the in-season tournament, if LeBron is trying to build that legacy, most points scored ever in the NBA, he's won with 3 different teams in the NBA Finals. As he builds his lifelong resume, you don't think he wants, and he won the first ever in-season tournament? I feel like LeBron is secretly motivated and openly motivated by that. So just to say Lakers win by 2, they need to win by 1.5 too. So lock in the Lakers -1.5 in-season semifinals. That and the Steelers. Again, I feel confident with both. DraftKings Sportsbook, and it's hard to believe we're that deep into the NFL season. Got to make every second count with DraftKings Sportsbook. You can make the most out of every game. Bet on your favorite teams for a shot at winning big bucks. New customers right now could score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting 5 on any matchup.
So get on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You got to download the app now and use code OVERPROMISED. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on the NFL. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code OVERPROMISED. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In West Virginia, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. Please play responsibly. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
All right, welcome back to Overpromised, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook,
Now,
Covino and Rich.
NBA is a little unpredictable.
Yeah.
But don't you feel like LeBron wants this? And you're the number one person I know that when I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't matter what they want, you go, some people just want it more. Who wants to win the in-season tournament more than LeBron? I'll tell you who, some of the bench players that the money they'd win from this is like half their salary. Some of these like end of the bench
there's
guys.
incentive, man.
There's money incentives, but I feel like LeBron wants it. So again,
and it's starting to feel exciting. Like it's got me pulled in now. So enjoy that. More reason to watch. And Rich, good job with your picks, bro.
Until now, man, there's never been I'll be honest, in recent history, when has there been a November or December NBA game that mattered?
Well, that's the point of this, right?
So, hey, you know what?
But
NBA,
here's
not
what
a
you
bad
got to do, Overpromised. You got to go out with your buds. It's the importance of going out to watch the game.
Look at this guy.
It's a lost art.
Transition Jones. Because
It is.
There was
No, they call me Transition Jackson.
Oh, Jackson?
Yeah.
There was an article that I saw out of the New York Post, and I thought this was fascinating because it has to do with younger people having no idea what we used to do after work.
Like, what did you do when you clocked out? Like, if you're done at like 6, what'd you do from like 6 to 11?
I found this article on slate.com. Let me just read a couple excerpts from for real quick. Recently, a number of my young coworkers expressed shock that I was able to complete my master's degree while I had a full-time job. I told them, hey, I worked during the day, got off at 5, I studied at night. The key was, this was before the millennium. But what about all your emails and Slack and all the little messages from work? They don't realize I barely had internet in my apartment in the late 90s.
Slack. I hate that term.
So the very idea that people used to go out after work, clock out and be like, yo, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Go have a drink, watch Monday Night Football, watch a basketball game, watch a hockey game. That is a lost art. And they're saying one survey suggests, I'll get rid of the shinfo in a second, but this is important. One survey suggests that U.S. workers, because of COVID, since then, are logged into their employer's network 11 to 12 hours a day.
But
back in the day, you clocked out 5, 6, 7, 8. It doesn't matter. You went home. See you tomorrow.
you really didn't even go home. You went to the bar.
Yeah.
You went to happy hour. You went to, I mean, who knows where our dads went, right? Even our moms don't even know where they really were.
I always said, like, Dad came home. When he came home, like, you don't know what Dad
why do you
was
got all
doing.
that glitter on your face? Where are you, big party or something?
You know,
you smell like perfume.
I remember playing wiffle ball on my front lawn, and I'd hear Dad's car from the block away, and then all of a sudden it'd be like, I guess dinner, like, Mom was waiting.
Right.
Dad came home for dinner.
Different time.
Who knew what time? It was a different time of life. And if Dad was running late, he might stop at a payphone and use a quarter to call.
But here's the extension to that conversation. A lot of these weenials and younger people, millennials and Gen Zers are saying...
It's more Gen Z. We keep forgetting millennials are like 40 now.
Well, what they're saying is that it's because we had a third place. Like, the lifestyle today is creating a lot of depression in younger people because they never have a chance to just stop. You know, they're always on. They're looking at their social media. They're answering emails. It's constant. And they're saying, yeah, but you had a third place. We don't.
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of it goes back to, unfortunately, COVID. But this dude on this social media clip sort of pulls together what you're saying.
Exactly.
And
when I say third place, I'm not talking trophies. I'm talking check it out.
Listen to this dude.
Our generation is so depressed because we don't have a third place. In our parents' generation and almost every generation before that, there were three places: work, home, and social gatherings. If you had a shitty day at work, you could look forward to going to the pub after work with your friends. Or if you get into an argument with your wife, you could go to the golf course and hang out with your buddies. Or if you're feeling lonely on a random Tuesday, you can look forward to your darts or pool league after work. Every single generation before ours had this third place of gathering besides us. The sense of community and belongingness that people used to have at this third place, like it or not, made it a lot harder to be depressed. Nowadays, most people do not have three places. They have two and sometimes even one. Either work and home, or sometimes just home because people work from home.
Yeah.
That sense of community, the sense of belongingness, the social gatherings that people used to rely on a daily basis are completely gone from our generation.
Gone. Doesn't
I don't know
exist.
about you, but if I'm
Which is why we're stressing now the importance of going out to watch the in-season tournament, the importance of going out to watch Thursday night football, the importance of going out and just catching up with your buddies and your community, because you need that break in the action. You need that, and we had that. And you know what a lot of the weenials are saying is the reason? The reason is budget. Like, all right, I could either go home, right, and save some money, or I could go out, watch the game, and buy overpriced beer.
Inflation.
Overpriced, yes, because they don't have the money to spend on that. But other cultures, other countries, other times that we lived in, it wasn't as expensive to have a few drinks afterward to hang out.
I'm not trying to say, I don't want to sound old guy at all with this, but when we were in our come up in the 2000s and 2010s, like not terribly long ago, you went out with different coworkers for a drink after work. Hey, you want to hit this happy hour? Yeah, our show's done. Well, yeah, we'll meet at the bar. That lifestyle is over. I have friends that are not only working from home full time, they got kids, so they have one place, home. They work from home.
Exactly.
Their kids are at home.
Even more reason why
That
you
is
got to
miserable.
go out and say, honey, I'm going out tonight. You're welcome to come, but I'm going out because the game's on. And I need to interact.
It's equally important for you.
My mental health.
It's equally important for you to encourage your wife or girlfriend.
Of course.
Go out for a girls' night. Girls' night, guys' night, everyone going out together. Those things are so important, and it was lost in the mix over the last few years.
Well,
and honestly, something as
it's
simple
harder
as
to do because of budget. Pandemic changed the way we work and the way we operate, right? So a lot of people aren't even going into the office to make it to the bar. And a lot of it is, like I said, budget related. People don't want to overspend money they don't have, so they've eliminated that third place, which is so important. So our reminder here on Overpromised is to go a little old school. You'd go to a happy hour after work, like your favorite show, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
They'd be hanging out, but they'd be watching the game. I understand that a lot of people may be aged out of that lifestyle because you have kids and family and things like that, but you got to do it. Hey, we have kids, we have family. And we do make it a point to, hey, even if it's once a month, go and have some wings.
Hey, let's go. You guys want to watch Monday Night Football together? Let's go to the bar. Hey, you want to play flag football, softball? You want to golf this weekend? You need a third place. Without a third place, without a place to watch the game, meet new people, do things, then you really are stuck in this work, home, work, home, work, home. And for some people, just everything's at home. That's miserable. And that's why there's a lot of people that are bummed out and depressed. So we're encouraging you, go out, watch the game, do something with your friends, your coworkers.
Watch the game. Dust off that old beer helmet you had. Dust it off.
Yeah, I think we were telling
it on.
We were telling one of the younger dudes
Crush
at work.
some beer cans on your head like you used to.
We were telling one of the younger guys at work, like, oh yeah, back in the day when Covino and I were doing our show in the mid 2000s, 2010s, before we had kids, every day after our show, we would like stop at random coworkers and have a drink.
And that sounds very foreign.
Sounds so
to
different.
A younger person. And that's very sad to hear. That we don't want to lose the art of sharing a drink while watching the game. Some of my best memories, Rich, were going out to the bar in New York after work to watch the Yankees in the playoffs, Yankees in the World Series, the camaraderie of the community that the guy speaks of in that story. You take that away from someone. No kidding, people are going to be sad. Don't let it happen to you.
Yeah, well, go have fun at the bar. Maybe you don't want to go tomorrow for the Steelers Patriots.
Why? It makes it more exciting.
You know what? Maybe it does.
It's good background TV.
What a game, huh? Can't wait for that one. All right, we'll see you guys on tomorrow's Fox Sports Radio show and again on Overpromised Friday. Thank you, DraftKings. Thank you, everyone, for checking us out at Covino Rich. We'll see you next time. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the Overpromised land.
Cheers.